Vivekananda had experienced the highest samadhi, and he had got the realization of the Supreme. When after that he had become a wandering monk, and as he came towards the south, he came to Kanyakumari in 1892 before he went to the west. He came on December 24th, 1892. He came to Kanyakumari. He entered the temple of the Divine Mother there, and then he was in ecstasy. He worshipped the Mother. Then he came out, and as he was walking, he saw that rock. You remember what we today call the Vivekananda rock? So he saw it, and then he went close to it. There was no boat, and anyway he did not have money to pay the boatman. So he simply plunged into the ocean and went and sat on that last bit of Indian rock. It's a huge piece of rock. He sat there for 3 days and 3 nights in deep meditation. He consolidated his experiences, and he manufactured a high level of knowledge and inspiration from it. He experienced the Buddha moment. When he knew everything all at once, he could see clearly India's past, the root cause for her suffering, her entire history, as a result her future, what it would be like. And so he charted out a plan of action so that young people can work for this country, bring into this country what is most required. He summed it up by saying, later on in his talks you will find this, renunciation and service are the twin ideals of India. You intensify her along those channels, the rest will take care of itself. Renunciation and service. Don't think these are ideals somewhere in the heaven. This is the essence. These have been the essential ideals of this country. This is something which is already there in our blood. A feeling of the highest goals of human life, aiming towards the highest, giving up low things, and service, ability to contribute positively to your society. So these are the essential goals of the human life. And if you intensify our youth force along these channels, everything else can be done. If you read Vivekananda's lectures, there's a small book called Colombo to Almora. In your holidays you can read it. Lectures from Colombo to Almora. The lectures which Vivekananda delivered when he was back in India. So they are very inspiring. There you will find all these pristine messages of power, of greatness. Vivekananda used to say, you awaken the inner soul and all that you require will come right into your system. Anything you can achieve. It came from these experiences. So Vivekananda could contemplate the entire future of India, and that is why he has given us this message, especially to the youth. How many young people he has inspired. Subhash Chandra Bose used to say after reading Vivekananda, he says, I felt a thrill pass into the very marrow of my bones. I was thrilled to the very marrow of my bones upon reading Vivekananda. So reading idealistic literature, great thoughts, is an essential part of your educational training. Please do this whenever you have time. Instead of wasting your attention on something which is not required, read great lives and you will get inspired by that. Later on, when Vivekananda came down from the rock, a picture of him, how his mindset was caught by one of his brother disciples, Swami Turiyananda. A few months after this incident, Turiyananda met Vivekananda at Mount Abu station in Western India. And there he saw Vivekananda was full of a very divine emotion as a result of what he had experienced on the rock at Kanyakumari. And Vivekananda tells him at that moment, with deep emotion, he says, Hari Bhai, I still do not understand anything of your so-called religion, but my heart has expanded very much. And I have learned to feel. Believe me, I feel intensely indeed. With his hand on his chest and with choked words, Vivekananda said this to his brother. And then Turiyanandaji writes that, can you believe what passed through me when I saw Vivekananda in this state? He was intensely emotional and lit up with something which was transcendental. And then he says that these are the very words and feelings of the Buddha. Swamiji's heart was pulsating with the suffering of humanity. His heart was like a huge cauldron, where all the sufferings of humankind were being made into a healing balm, as it were. His heart had become like that. So this ability to feel intensely for a great purpose, this is the essential thing which I want you to catch from this incident. Instead of wasting our emotions on unnecessary silly things which don't matter to your life, raise your emotional energy for a great goal in life. Something like this. And this is what is expected from our youth force. If you arouse your inner energy, this self-knowledge brings you this. It arouses your entire energy. You will be able to do great things. Vivekananda used to say, call upon the sleeping soul and see how it awakens. Everything will come into your life. Purity will come, excellence will come, everything great will come into your life once the soul is aroused to self-conscious activity.